Hello and welcome to Millennial Moms Unfiltered. Today we're going to be answering your questions that you sent in, and Brittni is back. She is back in action. So this week's episode is going to be way better than last week's episode.
No, you did good.
Thanks. That was just I was like, I'm not even cutting out interruptions. It's just going to go with it.
Just had the chaos.
Yes. We're also wearing our merch.
Yep. We'll have to show you our backs later.
Yes.
They're cool too.
Very cute. So these are up on the shop, and these are probably going to be up for another week or so, and then we're going to switch out designs for the spring/summer.
They're so comfy. Yeah,
they are soft.
MMU, like a play on university, and then I love this little smiley. It's so cute.
Yeah, Gio actually bought his own, and he wore it like 2 times this week.
That's
and
so
I was
cute.
like,
Husband support. So cute.
Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so cool merch. That was a good start to this. I was like
11.
11.
So we didn't ask us anything poll this week, and we haven't even looked at the questions yet. So you're going to be getting straight from our brains.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to figure out like the best way, because last time when we were like flipping through them, I felt like it was hard to keep track. So I'm gonna just do them like in a line, and we can flip up. So we have like 10 or 11 questions.
Depending on how this goes, there may be a part 2.
Right. Ashley, how did you meet your husband, or how did you and your husband meet? Brittni talked about how she met her husband. What's your story? Okay. I feel like I should practice this because I never say it in a great way. But basically, he was my cousin's roommate. They met at work, and then they were roommates for a while, and I met him, going to visit my cousin. And then we didn't start really talking then, but we came across each other a couple of years later after my cousin and him weren't living together, and then we kind of just started hanging out and just never stopped hanging out, and then we just moved in together. Yeah, we never officially made it really official. There's not a date. We just our leases were coming up, and then he's like, "You want to move in together?" And I was just like, "Yeah, let's move in together." So then we just kind of started
magic
that way. Yeah. Brittni and Ashley, walk us through your typical day. Oh, anxiety.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. So a typical day, me and the kids wake up. We'll do a school day. Me and the kids wake up. Pat's already left for work. He usually leaves around 5 a.m. usually.
That sucks.
Yeah. So then I would say it depends. I mean, our alarm is set for 7. That's the absolute latest, just in case anyone sleeps in, but no one ever sleeps in. The kids usually wake up around between 6 and 6:30. We go downstairs. The kids have breakfast. Lately, they've been picking out their own clothes, so I let them do that. I make them breakfast. It's usually pancakes. Go figure. We're a pancake household. Killian, I don't know if I've mentioned this. He, at 6 months, we found out he had an egg allergy. And Maeve ate eggs every day. And then when we found out that we couldn't feed them also to Killian, we switched over to I don't know why we don't do both. I don't know why I don't do eggs and pancakes, but since Killian can't have eggs, we just become a pancake household. So he has to get tested again. Hopefully the egg allergy is gone, because I want them to have more eggs.
Yeah, that's difficult.
But anyway, so I usually make them breakfast. While they're eating breakfast, I'm packing Maeve's lunch. I'm making sure they're getting dressed. Usually while they're still eating, after lunch is packed, I run upstairs, get dressed, brush my teeth. Sometimes I don't really get dressed. It's usually sweatpants and sweatshirt. As long as I'm not too disheveled, I will leave the house, but it's never anything fancy. I'm not I don't wash my face till after I drop Maeve off. So, anyway, so I go downstairs, get the kids ready to go. Make sure, they come up and brush their teeth too after they're done eating. And then we head to school. Maeve has a drop off of 8:15, so it's pretty early.
That is pretty early.
So I drop her off at 8. We leave at 8:10. She's off to school. We're back probably around 8:45, I'd say. And then Killian usually wants to just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little while. So we'll either play with his monster trucks or, we'll just, like, play for a little whatever. Sometimes I run errands, but lately I've been trying to stay in the house because every time we leave the house, it costs way too much money. So we've been doing a lot more at home. I usually like laundry throughout the day, cleaning up after Killian. We'll sometimes play with Play-Doh, do arts and crafts. Lately I've just been trying to get the house like back in order, spring cleaning. And then we do lunch. And then Killy sometimes falls asleep, but he's pretty much resisting nap time at this point. So we'll go outside and play if the weather's nice, or we'll, figure out something inside. After lunch, we pick up Maeve at 2:20. We leave the house, come home. She doesn't have homework. She's only in kindergarten, so no homework for her. They'll play outside for a little while. They usually have a snack, more laundry, more doing stuff around the house for me. Typical.
And then days. You don't do any like of your editing or any projects you have going on until like at night, or do you try to
No,
I
do all that's at night usually.
Oh, fuck that.
I can't really get much done during the day with them.
Yeah.
It's just not. I don't have a space where I can like go do it and be away from them, and doing it on my lap on the couch. They're like in my face. They're touching things. They're like asking me a bunch of questions. It's really just better when if Killy falls asleep, or if he's really doing independent play, I can kind of get stuff done. But I usually just focus on getting stuff done around the house at that point, especially with all the projects I've been doing lately and trying to get everything organized. Pat's usually home by like 4:30. Some days it's later. He makes dinner. So he comes home, he takes a shower, he makes dinner. Sometimes while he's making dinner, the kids go with him, and I'll try to get either a project done that I've been working on, editing, or I'll go take a shower because it's really my only time to go. And then after dinner, we do bath time. We play. That depending on, like, sometimes we'll go for a walk, ride the bikes, or go outside. Then we'll do bath time. And then they're in bed by like 7:30, 8 o'clock. We both do bedtime with them. And then at night, Pat and I will usually throw on like a comedy special or a podcast that we watch on TV, and I'll edit, or I'll work on painting or whatever I need to do at night. And that's usually Pat and my time together is like between 8 and 10. We're usually in bed by 11. Sometimes I stay up really late though, if I have like a deadline or something I have to work on. I'm a night owl. I rather be up late. But the kids wake up so early that it's really hard for me. So like there are nights where I just have my energy doesn't come until like 5 p.m. And then from 5 p.m. to like 2 a.m. I'm super productive. But Pat's like, I gotta go to bed because he has to get up so early. I'm like, you don't have to stay up with me. This is just when I have my time. Also, sometimes I just want to be alone.
Yeah, I know. I used to do, when it was just me and Eden, I used to stay up late. And then once I had Eli and Eamon, well, definitely after I had Eamon, I had to really like shift how I was productive. So now I'm really productive in the morning. But I used to do my best thinking at night. But by 8 o'clock, my brain is like, duh.
No, I probably am turned on for too long. Like I probably should switch to doing things in the morning because it's just how my waking schedule has to be right now with the kids. But it's really hard to adjust for me. Like my body doesn't want to do it. Like it's tough. But even like I didn't have the kids yesterday morning. They slept at my mom's the night before, and Pat went to work. So I had the whole morning to myself, and I was up at 6:30, and I was like, what the hell? I want to sleep.
Right.
So I woke up, I took a shower, and then I went back to bed for like 2 hours.
Yeah. If I have time during the day, I will.
I wish I could sleep more because I'm definitely sleep deprived because of how early I wake up and how late I go to bed. But yeah, my day is like, we don't have so much routine, like the morning routine and the picking up, dropping off, picking up after school, and like
nighttime, you have routine bedtime. Where it matters.
We have routine where it matters, but like, I mean, if I want to go, I mean, I have therapy every Tuesday, so that's pretty routine. But like, if I want to go to the store one day, we go to the store one day. It's not like I do my grocery shopping this day. We have this day. It's like,
so yeah, I'm complete opposite. I have like a very rigid routine, and if I fall off of it, we like don't have food in the house for like days.
Pat does all the grocery shopping while we do our podcast. So he takes the kids out every weekend, and he does dad stuff, and I love that he does that with them.
Yeah,
they have so much fun. So I don't do any of the grocery shopping unless I have to.
Yeah, me and Gio, he was doing it for a while, and then it went back to me. Now my routine is different because Eden's in the program he's in, but his last day is Monday, and then he goes back to regular school. So then,
drive.
Oh my god, I know. It's seriously getting 4 hours back in my day is gonna make such a difference. So right now it's complete chaos. But I'll tell you like what a regular school day when everyone's at their regular school. So we wake up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock the latest. Eden has to be in school by 7:45, and he's just right up the street. So he's really regimented on how he wakes up and all the things. So he'll get up, I'll make him breakfast, and then he knows what he has to do and follows his chart. And then the littles are usually up by like 6. So by that point, they've already been like watching shows and stuff, and I'm trying to get like my last 15 minutes of sleep in. I'll like give them food, and then if I have a second to start like washing my face or brush my teeth, I'll do that, then bring Eden. And then when I get back from bringing Eden, I take that time to get ready. Gio's up getting the littles ready. And then I'll drive Eli to school, and he's just right across the street. And then after I drive Eli, I bring Eamon and I drop him off. And then by that time, when I get home, it's like 9:30-ish. And if I plan to work out that day or whatever, I'll work out at that point. So I won't get ready first thing in the morning. I'll work out and then get ready. And then if I have editing, posts to make, whatever work stuff, I'll do it then. I usually like to start getting like those things done from like 10 to like 12:30. And then at that point, I like eat and try to take a nap if I feel like I need to take a nap. I'm trying to like listen to my body and like not feel guilty about doing those things when I feel like I need to rest. And then at 2:15, I pick up Eden. And then I have like a weird amount of time from when he gets out of school to Eli gets out of school. So like I'll bring my stuff in my car and like work in my car for 45 minutes. Yeah. Just because I feel like it's such a waste of time to park the car, get in the elevator, go upstairs, take my shoes off, to put my shoes back on. You know what I mean? It's just like
too much time.
It's a dumb amount of time. Mm-hmm. So I'll just work in my car, pick up Eli. He usually asks to go to my mother-in-law's or go home. He doesn't like to go for the ride to get Eamon. So then I'll go pick up Eamon. And then I'll go home, start cooking dinner, put the kids' stuff where it belongs, like disassemble lunch boxes. Eli is pretty good at like taking himself like apart and stuff, so he helps with that. Set them up for whatever they're gonna do. Maybe like spend like a half hour uninterrupted with them, and then start cooking. Yeah. And then I do dinner, and then remind Eden about his schedule, and then he'll get on it. And I mean, obviously there's chaos depending on everyone's mood. But like that's what every day looks like. And then I go grocery shopping on Mondays, so that's always like my Monday thing. And I always do pickups. I'm not gonna spend the time fucking going through the store. I just can't do it.
Yeah, we have our standard like that packets every week, and then like he'll go to like Dave's is literally up the street, so he'll go to Dave's like multiple times a week. Especially
I do that too. There's a
the
grocery
berries.
shop. Yeah,
the fruit goes through our house so fast. We're at Dave's every other day getting more fruit. Like more and more like fresh stuff, because kids will eat an entire thing of strawberries in one morning.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, my big grocery shoppings are usually on Mondays, and then I ADHD brain forget something on a list, and then end up at multiple stores throughout the week.
So it's definitely helpful that you have Gio at home, because you have 3 kids at 3 different schools.
Yeah, so it's fucking chaos.
Because I'm gonna have both kids at different schools next year, and I'm gonna be home by myself, so I'm gonna have to get everybody ready, drop Maeve off, drop Killy off, then pick Killy up half day. Then pick Maeve up 2 hours later.
The half day sucks. I'm so glad Eli has a full day.
Yeah, no, I'd have to do full days.
Okay, next question. Brittni, where can we see your photography? Are you taking new clients?
Yes. So you can go on my Facebook page, B Shaun Studios, B.Shaun, SHAUN Studios. We can share it on the Millennial Moms page, actually, if that would be helpful. And it's also on Instagram. My website, you can see some stuff, but it's definitely a work in progress right now, because my whole brand is a work in progress right now. I am still accepting clients. I'm not actively like advertising or promoting so heavily right now. Not because I don't want to, just because I've been focusing on some other things and my mental health, but I am definitely still working and taking clients. So feel free to reach out if you're interested. And thanks.
For both, what's the process for recording an episode and having it uploaded? Just curious about the behind the scenes.
We should do a TikTok of that, but we can go through it.
I always have like the thought, and that just get wrapped up, and then halfway through I'm like, oh crap.
I'm so bad about content. I am not like a content creator, and everyone's like, just be authentic, just like share your day.
But it's
and
like
I'm
remembering
it's
to do
remembering
it.
to get my phone out to do it.
I know.
And
I
also
have
make
to
it like somewhat aesthetically pleasing. Like I'm not trying to like, I don't care. I'm not trying to like show things. Oh, sorry. I'm not trying to like make sure that things look perfect, but you don't want like a jumbled mess either.
Yeah. I don't love doing it, so I just kind of like, here it is. But we record every 2 weeks, or every other week.
Every other week. 2 episodes at a time.
Yeah, 2 episodes at a time usually. So we'll come here to Brittany's house, and she sets up our little couch situation. And then I set up all the mic stuff on my computer. She sets up the camera, and then we'll just like, hey, this is what we're going to talk about quickly. And then we haven't done
a little bit, but we try not to talk.
I really
too much.
Want to get more like in-depth episodes where like I have to do research and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just don't think either of us have the time to really do that, so we kind of wing it when we get
We're talking about what we know right now.
And then we'll sit here, record, do whatever, then pack it up, and then we usually do it on like a Saturday or a Sunday. So then for that first episode, that gives me like Sunday afternoon, Monday, Tuesday. I usually don't have time to record, and then it has to be out Wednesday morning. So then I have to edit the audio, attach it to the video, edit the video, upload it. I have AI write our show notes and stuff, thank God, because
those show notes are so impressive. I was like, Ashley wrote these?
Yeah,
no, she didn't.
No, I didn't. I pay for those. I'm not doing that. So then I'll do that, upload it to YouTube, and then I'll cut audio, video, whatever that I'm going to use for Reels. I try to just like pay attention while I'm editing the video and like time mark it so that I can just cut it from the video at that point and then upload it to Reels and plan what I'm going to do that week for posts.
Yeah, Ashley's like the mastermind. This was all like her baby, so she takes control with a lot of the editing and stuff.
And and it's definitely not my like immediate like knowledge thing. Like I had to do a lot of research and trial and error and figure out, and I'm still like adjusting and working on what's going on. I'm trying to like find a more automated system for content because
content's tough.
I've let my own Instagram page go die. Like I get nowhere. But the Millennial Moms page does pretty good. We like average like 4,000 views a week or something like that. So I just want to grow it just to,
right.
I think there's the potential there. So
that's where your focus is.
Yeah. So I just need to find better ways because it's not, I've been creating content for so long that I just like, I'm so tired of the trends.
It's tiring. It's
a lot exhausting to keep up with. So then in a perfect world, I would start editing the second audio from Wednesday to Monday, and break it up a little bit more. The way life is set up, though, I usually don't start editing again until like the following Sunday. So I'd like to optimize that schedule a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it's a process that it is what it is.
We'll have to do a more thorough
yeah, we'll figure out.
Get ready with us on podcast day.
Yeah, I mean, I did that leaving my house.
Yeah, we should do
and that took all my energy.
We should actually do like a shared video, like I'll do me, you do you, and then we'll like
when
do
we're
the
together.
Setup.
Yeah, good idea. But we have to actually remember it. I'll like set a timer or something. How did the podcast start? What's the backstory?
I got a text from Ashley. Hey. You're on my list. You're on my list.
Very short list.
You're on my very short list of people that I'm interested in doing this with. Would you want to do a podcast with me?
Well, at that point,
yes.
I always wanted to do a podcast, but last week, you saw that like me doing a lonesome podcast would have been just not it. And I'm like, I think I need someone to do a podcast with. And then I really started thinking about it. Because I wasn't really working on anything. And then at that point, me and Brittany started like really clicking because I was an ambassador for her photography business. And then I was like, you know what?
Yeah, we had done a couple lives on my
Oh, yeah.
VIP page, and I really liked how that went. Like, I think we vibed really well, like, when we were talking about things and we were excited about it and we were both really interested in it. I know Ashley had texted me a couple of times. She's like, are we going to do it again? Are we going to make this an every week thing? And I was like, I really want to.
Like,
I don't have the
actually,
time.
She's like, I don't think so. And I was like, okay,
I'm going
fine.
to do it when I have the time.
So then, yeah, I was like, maybe she'll say yes. And then I went on a vacation in Puerto Rico. I had ordered all the stuff. When I got back, everything was here. And then I was like, okay, let's start recording. We're going to have a backlog of 5 episodes. We're going to upload the first 3, give us time some buffer period so that I can learn how to edit and stuff like that. So initially we wanted to bulk record more just to have it in case of instances like last week where we couldn't record. We're still figuring it out. But yeah,
we also I agreed to this when I still had my studio. And that's where we were going to record.
Right.
And we had a location to do episodes every week. But then I shortly was like, I'm going to shut down the studio now. And she's like, oh, no, where are we going to record? I was like, we could do it at my house.
Yeah, because my house
a little bit.
Yeah, my house is really echoey. And the studio was echoey, too. The audio from there was not great.
No, it's definitely better at home. And I have the space in my house. Like, right now we're in my kids' room because of the mural and the lighting. But I have another room that we've used before that we could use again. It's just really hot and disorganized right now. I also have a sunroom, and we talked about turning my shed into a she shed, a possible recording studio, but that's
all down the line.
That's all down the line.
Maybe,
we'll see how far this goes.
Maybe if you guys bought a little bit more merch, we could fund that.
Yeah, let's help us get a studio. But wait, right as Ashley asked me about the podcast, and I was like, yeah, this sounds good. I had decided to cut back on things and really focus on finding what brings me joy. And so this was the first thing I had agreed to do, I'd say, in the past 5 years that isn't a monetary thing. It's just
right, and
we're
we
just
talked about
doing
that
something
too.
for fun, and just we don't care. Of course we want you guys to watch, and we want you guys to buy merch, and we want this to be a thing. We're passionate about it, but it was let's just do this for us and not worry about all the other crazy stuff.
It would be nice for it to be able to be monetized in some way so that we could offload other projects, but we're not paying mortgages with it or trying to pay mortgages with it.
Yeah, no, this is
the pressure's not there.
Yeah, the pressure's not there, and it has been so much fun. And that same week, I had gotten a reading with a tarot card reading, and she had mentioned that getting myself out there in other forms like a bot. She actually used a podcast as an example. She's like, I really feel like a podcast would be beneficial for you, just to be yourself, let people see you like that. And I was like, well, as a matter of fact, I'm starting a podcast.
And we've talked about this before too, when you're on the Blooming Babes group, you don't really talk about yourself. You're not the face of your business.
I know.
And my businesses, I always was, and the only time I wasn't was with the pop-up parties by Ashley. So that was a new way for me, right? So I'm like, you should talk about yourself more.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a natural thing. So I think this is a way for you to show
and I'm definitely
your personality and stuff.
Branching out with being the face of my business and rebranding and stuff like that. So
yeah.
It's helping for sure. So
next question. How do you guys deal with intrusive thoughts or negative comments from people? Everybody just pauses. Intrusive thoughts.
Anxiety?
You ask the camera it's the person who asked the question.
Anxiety?
Are you talking about anxiety? Do you want to elaborate? Brittany, just however you interpret this, that's just how you're going to answer the question.
So my intrusive thoughts with being anxious, I have intrusive, scary thoughts when I'm out in public, or they were more referring to your own negative thoughts about yourself, because negative comments from people.
Probably self. I would say self. It depends on the day. I'm not going to say I always shut up. You are not your thoughts. Yeah. Your thoughts are not facts. I feel we have a lot of thoughts that just come out of seemingly nowhere because of, again, conditioning and things, expectations from other people. So that that kind of becomes your inner dialogue and overrides things. So how you talk to yourself is a big thing. Right?
Yeah.
So depending on my mood, if I have the energy to no, what do you like about yourself? What do you, whatever, and try to counter whatever. And then sometimes I'm just like, I have to disassociate. Like I have to leave my body because I'll get to like a mental space where I'm like, I'll fall back into patterns for anorexia and stuff like that. So it depends on where I'm at. From other people, I used to be really, really bothered by other people in the comments they would make if they didn't like agree with what I was saying or what I thought or didn't understand what I was trying to do. And now I don't really give a fuck. I don't care because I really think about like, do I want to be living that person's life? Like, is that a valuable or constructive observation?
I think reminding ourselves that people who are going out of their way to try and make us feel bad or make someone else feel bad is ultimately
That's
have their
problem.
own issues. It's
Right.
not on you. Like if you, like I have no desire to be mean to people like for no reason. I'm only mean if you're mean to me. Like,
right.
I'm not gonna, like, if I see something online that I don't agree with or that I think is stupid or that I don't like, I would never comment. I just keep scrolling.
Right.
Like, and I just
and
don't
the only
understand.
time that I would is if it's like harmful, false information. Like,
right.
If someone's like sharing just something that's completely not even true. Like, all you have to do is like suck on 3 eggs a day and like stare into the sun and not eat anything else, and you're gonna lose 40 pounds in 2 weeks. And it's like, bitch, what are you fucking talking about? No. No.
Yeah. But I'm
like, I'll do that kind of stuff. But if it's, I would never comment on someone's selfie and be like, your eyebrows suck.
Well, not even
You're
just that.
fat.
Like, I'm part of like these groups on Facebook, like decorating groups or just like, and people will like post a picture of their room and like, look at this, I just finished like designing this, and someone will really say, I really rather like I would have preferred this over this. Like,
right,
it's
like,
not your house. Why would you make someone like, and that's not even, it's not even like, that's not even like necessarily mean, but it is ultimately your
like,
goal
not about
is
you.
to let your goal there is to let someone know that you don't like what they did or you don't like the thing that they like.
Unless someone's explicitly asking what are your thoughts? How do you feel about it? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like, unwarranted like feedback, not. No.
I try not to, but I feel like sometimes I start talking before I realize I'm talking, and I'm like, oh, fuck, you kind of sound like an asshole. Yeah, and I'll, like, catch myself. But especially on social media, like, I don't know. The number of times I've had people come to my page and be like, you're fat. Thanks. I had someone argue with me about what I was saying, about something nutrition-based. I can't remember what it was specifically. Yeah. But he was telling me I was wrong and I was fat, so I didn't know what I was talking about, and that his mom was a dietitian. So he knew what he was talking about.
He has the degree
and the experience. Then I kept like shutting him down in the comments, so then he DM'd me and was like, I was like, sir, I'm literally chilling.
That's, yeah.
And like, I don't know where the energy comes from. It's crazy to me.
So yeah, so if someone comes at me, I mean, I don't get negative comments from random people on any of my pages.
I don't really anymore.
I don't put myself out there enough, so I feel like my personal Facebook and my personal Instagram have like my personal stuff, but I'm really reluctant about sharing too much because I don't want to share my kids on public spaces. Mm-hmm. I do share a lot of pictures of my kids on my personal stuff, but I mean, I know once it's on the internet, it's on the internet, but I try to have as many privacy things in place for my personal accounts. But like, I don't really get, like, I haven't really gotten negative comments on any of my pictures, like my photo, like my business pages. We did get one negative comment for the podcast early on, and at first I was really aggravated, but then Ashley and I were like, why are you mad? Like, we didn't know who it was. It was definitely a fake person.
It was, yes. It sounded like someone that may have known one of us in real life and made a burner account and left a negative comment.
But it like,
but like, talking about it out loud, I could not stop laughing.
Yeah,
like,
we were just like, why are they so mad at
talking
us?
About
like, what did we do?
Talking about how what, like, our husbands were idiots for marrying us or some shit like that, and
I don't even know.
Why are you even recording this? Have you do you know what a podcast
They
is?
called us cringe.
Yeah, cringe. And it's like, but I'm trying.
I should find a better use of my time. And like, yeah, something about our husbands, like, too bad they married us kind of thing. Cause like, I guess we have no value. I don't know. But they were like, why are you so mad? Is your husband not nice to you? Like
it was,
this is it was problem.
It was a man's name, but it was giving off real feminine energy.
It was definitely a mad girl, mad woman.
I showed the comment to Eden, and he said, this looks like a little girl with daddy issues. I was like, sir. But also, like,
maybe,
yeah.
So yeah, the comments you just have to let roll, because again, it's a reflection of them, not you or us.
Right.
Like, I'm not mean.
It's not your job to analyze other people's thoughts and opinions.
Yeah. And then as far as like my intrusive thoughts about myself, having Maeve really helped with that. Like, realizing I don't want to pass that kind of mindset along to her. Like, I want her inner dialogue to be positive all the time, so I don't comment on like my appearance or my body or anything in front of her, and that alone has kind of helped me to limit those thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, I have them occasionally, but negative thoughts about myself are always like not necessarily physical. They're more like, get your shit together.
Yeah, I have those a lot too.
I'm more like concerned about, am I being a good mom? Am I being healthy so I can be a good mom and live long?
Am I doing enough? Why can't I do more?
Yeah,
I have those all the time.
Like, I'm not worried about if my jeans look good and if my stomach is tight. I just want to be healthy and happy and good for my kids. So that's pretty much the only thing that I get on my own case about. Would be, am I doing enough?
Yeah.
And the mom guilt. But
those, I haven't, I mean, well, that's how come I'm trying to, like, if I feel like I want to take a nap, I take a nap, because I have those same, like, kind of things, like, why aren't you doing more? Everyone else is up and doing things, and why are you tired?
And also comparing yourself to the clips that you do see on TikTok, the very or Instagram or Facebook reel, like all those reels of like people carefully crafting their videos, and like you're comparing your day. That's why I don't remember to record it, but I don't want to carefully craft my content. Like, if I'm going to share, I want it to be authentic.
Right.
So I don't want people
to
compare their lives to me.
It's like, and I, as someone who creates that kind of content, or used to create more of it, and knowing that stuff, but still finding yourself in like that like cycle, like, and you're like, oh,
you're like, get mad at yourself. Like, I want to share like really quick. I made Maeve a coat the other day, and like to other people, that's probably like other moms might feel pressure from that post. And then I thought about it afterwards. I'm like, I hope no one feels like they're not doing enough. It's also not your job, so neurotic, because that was just like a thing that I decided to do the day of. Like, I 100% did not have to do that. I was doing too much. Like, that was too much. I fully understand that. I have ADHD. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I get very hyper-focused on things, and once it was in my head, like, there was
going to get done.
There was literally no stopping me. I was on a mission, and that's how I get things done usually. Is
and it's not always the right thing, but that was the right thing, because it was a big deal to me.
It was a big deal to me, and it made her happy. But I would never want someone to see that and be like, I need to do more, because that I was doing the most, and it was not necessarily. But you can't think about how, again, you're going to be perceived by other people, or what their thoughts are. It's not your job to like monitor that, and you were just sharing your life. I was just sharing. I was just sharing my life, and I also, that kind of stuff comes easy to me. So like for the average person who like struggles with being creative or crafty, like they could be like, oh my god, I could never. But like, I got that done in 2.5 hours. It was very impressive, and I have the thoughts, but I usually will like spend the money and time and completely waste it, because it doesn't happen that fast for me. But like, I wasn't like. Yeah, but sometimes I feel like I shouldn't share those things, because I don't want anyone to like, feel like they're not doing it. I think you need to celebrate yourself and your motherhood and the things that you do and accomplish, and stop second guessing. Like, celebrate your accomplishments, period. Because you downplay yourself a lot. And I don't think I do. I don't think that you like celebrate your wins that much. And
And yeah, so don't ever feel obligated to monitor that. Okay, fine. We'll do part 2. We're already 36 minutes in. Every time I say that, I end up like cutting like 6 minutes off, and they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But anyway, so yeah, we'll wrap it up here. We'll finish the last 5 questions next episode. So tune in to hear the second half. We're gonna start off with, what's the first steps you took to start your businesses? Ooh. So we're getting juicy. All right. We'll see you next week.